What's up, everybody? Hey, sometimes choosing the right dashboard tool can feel overwhelming, right? So, how about we break that down together and we'll tell you some of the tools that we have tried, tested, and what we have landed on to build dashboards for 6 and 7 figure small businesses. Sound good? So, let's talk about choosing the right tool. And actually, how about we kick off with like what's even available out there right now? So, how about Drea? Do you want to kick off with like some of the tools that we are aware of, that we've tried, that we've tested so far?
Yeah, and to where Lane is getting to, this is by no means an exhaustive list. This is what we've come across and what we have a little familiarity with. But some of the key ones that you'll hear names, and I mean, if you're out looking, Tableau, Google's Looker Data Studio, Microsoft's Power BI, Klipfolio, Databox, Sife, Gecko. So there's quite a few out there, and
Mm.
probably find a little bit more if you were to start searching as well.
Yeah, and I find like more and more keep coming onto the market as well. I saw like an ad for another one in my feed just the other day, which is one of the first call outs that I do want to have for you. As you're looking for a data dashboard software solution, keep in mind how long have these people, how long has this business, this company been running? That was one of my initial concerns when looking for a solution. I wanted them to have a track record. I wanted to know that, it wasn't just a launch and they got a bunch of beta test users to give a bunch of great reviews, but hey, how long have they been on the market? What kind of solutions are actually available? And do those solutions meet my needs? So, on that vein, how about let's talk about like the different types of needs you may have in building dashboards. So, Drea, how about we kick off with, some of the things that you might need to consider when even selecting a dashboard software, because I know like you and I talk about like at the end of the day, like we're agnostic, like whatever works best for you is what's best for you. But there's also some reasons of why we've chosen the tools that we use today.
Yeah, so the reason why we've chose our tool and what you want to really think about is who's your audience? Who are your clients? Who do you work for? What is the data that you're going to be consuming for your dashboard? And when you say data, what connections do you want? So ideally, you want your dashboards to be as automated as possible. So when you're looking at the different software applications, what API connections, what data do they connect with, and how is that ease to bring in that data? And then also ease, right? Ease of use. What works for you, your team, your organization in terms of the way you like to use the technology. Each one of these have slightly different paths of the way you go out, find data, transform the data into charts and metrics. And that was one of the things that when we made our choice, that was what a big factor for us and what went into our ultimate choice. Price. So
Mm.
how many clients are you supporting? What does your organization do? And can the price of the software, does that work out for you in terms of profitability? And then just aesthetics. What is the presentation
Mm.
of the data and how you like that?
Yes, almost that was something that was kind of surprising to me early on because I thought people just needed to see it in a chart or like a graph, and it wouldn't really matter so much about the view, the aesthetics. But come to find out, like people use tools that look good, people use tools that feel like their brand. And so that was another reason that we ended up going with the software solution that we did, which I'll tell you about in just a second, because it allowed for a lot of customization and branding. And it was within the price point and the budget of many of the small business owners that we were supporting. So, we got our start in building one-to-one dashboards for clients. So, there was that question of, hey, does our client have to purchase this every single time, or could we just be the owner of the dashboards within a long list of clients inside of our account, and then we just charge them a simple tech fee. So it ended up being a nice win-win for the client and for us. So we could build everything into our one account, and then we could give them a discounted rates on their tech fee as well, which made more room for them to invest in other services that we provided. So that was the progression of being able to really build out not just dashboards, but dashboard consulting services alongside that as well. So now let's go ahead and share like what software tool we are using. We went with this software over a little bit of time because we had tried and tested other things. We actually used different software for a while, but it started to progress more towards a mid-market, functionality. And most of our clients were using online software. They were using HubSpot. They were using Asana. They were using ConvertKit, QuickBooks, a lot of the online cloud-based software solutions, as well as a lot of Google based software applications that needed to integrate into that dashboard as well. Social media, all of these other very, user friendly cloud based solutions. And we wanted our solution to be that kind of simple visual tool as well, which is why we ended up going with Klipfolio. And actually, we have a really cool resource that we'll provide in the link for you guys down below as well on the 7 reasons why we use Klipfolio. So if you'd like to have access to that, just DM me dashboard and I can get that link over to you. But Drea, let's talk about some of the reasons why we went with Klipfolio versus the other guys.
Yeah, so really what I also do want to say is each one of these provide free trials. So don't just take our word and go for what you need. But yeah, so we did multiple free trials and we tried building a dashboard in each one of them. And so one of the first things that we really gravitated towards Klipfolio was the ease of connecting data. And then once the data was in, transforming it into charts. And then with that also, we work in a team-based, we're a collaborative team. And so when I build a dashboard, other team members, it's not rocket science to figure out how I created it. There's a very easy path to figure out how the data was connected and how I chose the specific path. Should an error come up, changes need to be made, something, they're not reliant on the original dashboard designer to interpret the path.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That was definitely something that I was looking for as well. Hey, can this be transferable from team member to team member? People take vacations, people need days off, and clients still need to know their numbers. So if something was in transition, then how could we make sure that that was a seamless view for our clients as well? One of the other key things that I really liked about Klipfolio was the pre-built metrics library. Not only does Klipfolio have some pre-built created that makes it really easy to essentially drag and drop into your dashboard, but it also allowed us to continue to add on to our own library because, sometimes, out of the can stuff, works great. Sometimes it needs to be edited or tweaked, especially when you're catering to maybe a specific type of dashboard. Maybe you're building launch dashboards all the time. Maybe you're building financial dashboards. Maybe you're building marketing or ads or social media dashboards. Maybe you're building a team dashboard. And so being able to go back to your own library, we actually call it our playbook, so that we can still customize dashboards, but we can do it much quicker than having to start from scratch every single time. There's a repository that we can go back into that playbook. Drea, what's another call out that you might have? One more call out for why we go with Klipfolio.
There is an absurd number of data API connections. So as Lane mentioned, we work with a lot of cloud-based software applications that our clients use, and Klipfolio has a really robust library of direct data connections with many of these platforms.
Absolutely. So guys, those are a couple of the reasons. If you'd like the rest of the blog link to see what are the other key reasons why we prefer Klipfolio to some other solutions out there, again, just DM me dashboards and I will be happy to get that over to you. And then until next time, guys, I hope you're enjoying Data Magic. Give us a thumbs up if you'd like more content like this, and we will see you on our next Data Magic conversation. Talk to you next time.